The screams cut through the morning stillness of Willow Creek, sharp and desperate, as three men thrashed in a rising tide of wet cement. Their khaki uniforms, emblazoned with Community Compliance Unit, were smeared with gray sludge, their polished clipboards abandoned in the muck. They pounded on the locked gate, faces contorted in panic, while hidden cameras captured every second of their unraveling. The neighborhood watched, stunned, as the concrete crept past their ankles, then their shins. This wasn't a mistake, it was a trap, and Ethan Harper, had set it. To understand how I turned my backyard into a concrete cage for a trio of scam artists, you have to go back to the day they knocked on my door, thinking they'd found an easy mark. It was a gray Wednesday in our quiet suburb, where the biggest drama was usually a missed garbage pickup. I was halfway through my coffee, still in a faded Patriots hoodie, when the knock came sharp, insistent, like a bailiff VYing a warrant. I opened the door to find two men on my porch, dressed in navy polos with official-looking logos, mirrored sunglasses hiding their eyes despite the overcast sky. The taller one, lean and angular, spoke first. "Mr. Harper, we're here about your pool. We've had complaints." I leaned against the doorframe, instincts prickling. Complaints? About what? The shorter one, built like a retired linebacker, flipped through a clipboard. Unpermitted modifications, unsafe fencing, chemical hazards. "We need to inspect your backyard. Immediately." Something was off, their tone too slick, their uniforms too pristine. I'd lived in Willow Creek for 12 years, built this house with my wife, Lauren, and maintained our pool with obsessive care. The HOA was a ghost, barely functional since a budget scandal dissolved the last board. These guys weren't HOA. They were trouble. "Show me your credentials," I said, arms crossed. The tall one didn't blink. "We're compliance officers, not police. We don't carry badges." "Then you're not stepping on my property." They exchanged a quick glance, predatory but subtle. "Sir," the short one said, his smile tight, "obstructing an inspection VY OLAT's Willow Creek ordinances. We're authorized to enter." "Authorized by who?" I shot back. "The Willow Creek HOA hasn't sent a newsletter in years." "Who's paying you?" The tall one's jaw tightened. "Willow Creek Residential Board. Recent restructuring." I snorted. "News to me. Get off my porch." They didn't move. Instead, the short one slapped a neon yellow violation notice on my doorframe, the kind you'd see on a foreclosed property. "You have 24 hours to comply, or we escalate," he said. Then they marched to their unmarked white van. I watched them go, coffee cold in my hand, a spark of anger igniting in my chest. This wasn't about a pool. This was a hustle. Lauren was in the kitchen, her eyes narrow. "Who were those creeps?" "Either the HOA's playing dictator," I said, scanning the notice, "or we've got scammers." The notice listed a PO. Box in a neighboring town, no phone number, no website, just a scribbled signature. I ripped it off and grabbed my laptop. Time to dig. That night, sleep wouldn't come. I'd done security work in my 20s, enough to know a con when I smelled one. These guys moved like they'd run this game before, too confident, too entitled. I searched for Willow Creek Residential Board. Nothing. No trace in county records. No mention in old HOA emails. I called my neighbor, Ray Coleman, a retired cop who'd lived next door forever. "They hit me yesterday," Ray said, his voice gruff. "Said my shed was non-compliant. Want to do Law 400. I told them to get lost, but they snapped pictures of my yard." "You let them in?" "No way. But they're bold, Ethan. Too damn bold." The next morning, I hit the county clerk's office, violation notice in hand. The clerk, a tired woman named Diane, shrugged. "Classic scam," she said. "Fake HOAs slap notices on houses, scare people into paying fines to a PO. Bucks. Hard to pin down, though. They skirt just enough legality to dodge prosecution." "Then why aren't they locked up?" I asked. "CIVYL issue," she said. "Unless they break a clear law, it's your word against theirs." I left, fury simmering. This wasn't just about me. They were targeting my neighbor's Ray, the Garcias down the street, Mrs. Leland, who was 80 and barely got by. By Friday, 5 households had violations. 2 paid, terrified of losing their homes. Maria Garcia, a nurse with 2 kids, whispered to me at the mailbox. They said they'd put a lien on my house. I can't fight this. That's when the anger hardened into resolve. I wasn't just pissed, I was done. Done with their fake logos, their smug threats. I wasn't going to let them prey on my neighborhood. I'd end them. Lauren and I spent the evening digging through old HOA files, rulebooks, and emails. I called the last HOA chair, a part-time bookkeeper named Carl Evans. "Ethan, we've got no board, no enforcement," he said. "Whoever these guys are, they're not us." "Then who are they?" I muttered. The answer came when they returned, this time with a third man stocky, mean-eyed, carrying a camera. "Mr. Harper," the tall one said, voice dripping with fake courtesy. "Your pool's in violation of Ordinance 10B. Final notice. Non-compliance means demolition." I stepped outside, phone recording. "Demolition? Show me the ordinance." "Private enforcement," the short one snapped. "We don't answer to the county." I smiled, cold and deliberate. "Then I don't answer to you." They taped another notice to my mailbox, the camera guy zooming in like he was filming a reality show. That night, they upped the ante. My motion lights caught them skulking around my fence at 1 a.m., flashlights flickering, muttering into radios. One hissed at my camera, "You're finished, Harper. This house belongs to us now." That was their mistake. They'd gone from scam to menace, threatening my home, my family. Lauren caught me in the garage at dawn, staring at a pile of leftover construction supplies. "Ethan, what's the plan?" "Something they'll never forget," I said. I stopped calling the county. The system wouldn't stop these vultures, I would. Over 2 days, I turned my backyard into a trap. I rented a concrete mixer, ran pipes under the pool deck, and rigged a remote pump to flood the area with fast-setting cement. The gate got a magnetic lock, wired to stay shut until I flipped a switch. It was simple, brutal, and ready. They took the bait Saturday morning. The 3 fake officers strutted through my open back gate, camera guy in tow, probably dreaming of a VY Ral VY Deo. The stocky one, who I later learned was their boss, Victor Reese, barked, "We're seizing this pool under emergency authority." "Stand down, Harper." I stood on my deck, hands in my pockets. "Go right ahead." They marched into the fenced pool area, gate clanging shut. I hit the switch. Pipes rumbled, then roared, and concrete surged out, pooling around their feet. They froze, then screamed as the gray tide climbed their legs. "What is this?" Reese roared, lunging for the gate. The lock held. They slipped, cursed, clawed, but the cement was relentless. The camera guy's rig sank in the muck. My cameras, high and dry, caught at all their panic, their flailing. "Smile for the real HOA," I said, voice like steel. Neighbors gathered, drawn by the chaos. Ray Coleman grinned, leaning on his walker. "Mrs." Leland gasped, clutching her scarf. Maria Garcia stared, her fear replaced by grim satisfaction. I called the sheriff, and when deputies arrived, I played the footage. They cuffed Reese and his crew, still dripping cement, chuckling as they read them their rights. The fallout was fast. Victor Reese was Vincent Russo, a con man with a history of fake HOA scams across 3 states. His compliance unit was a front for Pinnacle Property Solutions, tied to do law $1.2 million in fraudulent fines. My footage clear, time-stamped, showing trespassing and impersonation sealed their fate. Russo got 10 years. His lackeys took pleas, fined and banned from HOA work. Pinnacle collapsed under lawsuits. The story hit local news that night. Fake HOA trapped in concrete sting. By Monday, it was national my security footage looping on cable. Reporters swarmed Willow Creek. Lauren handed out cookies. Neighbors who'd avoided me now shook my hand. Ray brought whiskey, and we toasted by my new fire pit built where the pool once stood. I didn't just win. I crushed their scam, brick by brick. And if anyone knocks claiming to be HOA, I'll pour them coffee after I see their ID. If you were the one in this story, how would you react? Would you stand up and fight back, or accept the unreasonable pressure and control from the HOA? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this VY Deo with more people. Your small action gives us the motivation to keep bringing you more intense and engaging stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next VY Deo.